The popular myth paints the Viking as a massive, fearless berserker whose only goal was dying for Valhalla. But if they operated entirely as mindless brawlers, how did they build complex global trade networks reaching as far as Baghdad? This logistical sophistication creates a profound historical mystery. It suggests a high level of organization required to cross the Atlantic or establish Dublin. The core truth is that the word Viking served as a temporary, seasonal job description, rather than a permanent race or ethnic identity. To truly understand the Northmen, we have to look past the mythology of the gods and examine the desperate, brutal reality of their daily survival. Look at this unforgiving Scandinavian landscape, defined by brutal winters, short growing seasons, and a severe lack of flat, arable land. Because of that extreme environment, the Norse operated primarily as struggling farmers, desperate to pull enough food from the soil to keep their families alive. This pyramid illustrates their rigid social hierarchy. At the peak sat the Jarls, wealthy warlords controlling the land. Below them were the Carls, freemen and farmers. At the base lies their darkest truth, the thralls, an enslaved underclass stripped of all human rights. The entire Norse agricultural economy depended directly on these human captives, who were forced to execute the deadliest and most grueling physical labor. Early medieval Scandinavia operated as a highly unequal, resource-starved society, completely reliant on a brutal slave trade to function. That scarcity created immense economic pressure. Strict inheritance laws dictated that the eldest son inherited the entire farm, leaving younger brothers landless and completely penniless in a society where owning dirt was everything. For those desperate young men, going a Viking was the only upwardly mobile career path, a calculated, high-risk business venture designed to acquire rapid capital. Their primary early targets were isolated coastal monasteries. These specific locations held concentrated, easily portable wealth with almost zero military defense. These raids had two strict objectives: stealing precious metals and capturing a massive influx of new thralls to feed the severe labor shortage back home. The stolen metal was purely transactional. They chopped it up, weighed it on scales, and injected it back into the economy as raw currency. Successful raiders used this new capital to buy their own farmland, secure advantageous marriages, and eventually buy their way into the powerful Jarl class. The technological innovation that made this entire economic engine possible was the longship. Its shallow draft allowed for rapid coastal strikes, while maintaining the capacity to haul heavy cargo and human captives back across the sea. The terror they inflicted on medieval Europe functioned exactly as an aggressive acquisition strategy, executed by a desperately poor agricultural society trying to generate wealth. The historical reality reveals highly organized, economically driven raiders executing precise, ruthless resource extraction across the continent. Because their ultimate goal was always land and stability, their strategy eventually shifted from seasonal raiding to permanent settlement and deep integration across Europe. These men were highly adaptable, prioritizing survival, wealth, and social rank over any specific religious ideology or code of battle. This reality of economic desperation and human exploitation offers a complex, grounded understanding of history that no myth can match.